Okay, welcome to our first self-love circle call. This is going to be more of a FAQ, who, what, when, where, why kind of call. This um, space, this idea, I've been mulling over for several months, and with every conversation I have, it was getting closer and closer. And then yesterday, everything just came to me, and I'm like, this is it. We're starting. We're doing this now. No need to wait. No need to have everything all figured out. And we have some really beautiful things to share with you guys. So we're recording this so that anybody that's interested can watch this replay. Um, and I'll make this available as a YouTube video so you guys can share this as well. If we end up having anybody interested in joining that's not on Facebook, they'll still have access to the content. So, hi, Evelyn. I see you. All right, let me share my screen and we're gonna dive right in. Please feel free to like virtually raise your hand or physically raise your hand. I can see a couple of you right now. Or if you want to just unmute and ask questions, you totally can. But we're gonna get a lot of our questions answered at the very beginning of this call, and then we're going to have some self-love happenings as well. So I would love to start with just a few shares. Actually, I'd love for all of us to share really quick. You can tell us your name and your favorite color. We're going to keep it nice and simple today. So I'll pick the first person to go. You'll share your name and your favorite color, and then you'll pick the next person to go. If you can't see who's on the screen, then I can help pick for you. So let me see. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Ruby.
Hello, my name is Ruby, and my favorite color is teal. And let's go with Brianna.
There we go. Good morning. My name is Brianna, and my favorite color is green. So I'll pick Bridget.
Hi, my name is Bridget, and my favorite color is purple. Keisha.
Hi, my name is Keisha, and my favorite color is blue. And I'm going to pick Deb.
Hi, I'm Deb, and my favorite color is red. I will pick Angela.
I can't hear you. Can y'all hear Angela? No? Okay, Angela, tell us in the chat. Tell us your favorite color. We can't hear you. I'll choose the next person for you. Veronica. We'll see if she's available.
Hi, my name is Veronica. My favorite color is green, but my daughter wants me to say rainbow. And I'll pick who's left. Emily?
Yeah, Emily. We'll see if she's able to unmute. I know some people are multitasking today.
My favorite color is purple.
Beautiful. And Angela said her favorite color is green in the chat. Beautiful. And I was sending the meeting ID in the chat. Did anybody not get a chance to go? Keisha, did you go? Yeah, okay. Anybody else? I got everybody, right? Okay, awesome. Thanks for sharing. My name is Melissa, and my favorite color is always changing. Right now, it's gold. So here we go. Gold colors. So this is Self-Love Circle. We are going to meet Thursdays at 11 a.m. Central. That's 12 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, and no, excuse me, 9 a.m. Pacific and 10 a.m. Mountain. This is a community it's education, and we're going to explore abundance together. So who is this circle for? This circle is for individuals, creatives, entrepreneurs, teachers, healers, mystics, movers, shakers who are ready to break free from the patterns that no longer serve them. This circle is for the person who's ready to explore loving, seeing, and knowing themselves at a new level and must be ready to allow new levels of abundance. So this is for women, this is for men, this is for moms, this is for daughters, this is for anyone who wants to learn about abundance and how self-love is directly connected to abundance. What is the Self-Love Circle? So this is a virtual community and education space that will hold the intention of abundance and self-love. This is a space for each other to show up fully as we learn, grow, and explore this theme of abundance. And we'll have a variety of guest teachers, exploration of different modalities, meditations, visualizations, book recommendations, journaling practices, music and frequency healing, energy work, games, and even playtime. So think of this as like your all-inclusive one-stop shop to learn about self-love and what abundance is. And it's going to look very different for everyone, and we're just going to hold each other's hands while we go on this journey. So when is Self-Love Circle? We are going to meet Thursdays at 11 with every third Thursday as an integration week. So we will not meet on Zoom. So what that looks like is we'll meet today and we'll meet next Thursday. And then the third Thursday we will not meet. We'll meet the following Thursday. And it'll kind of rotate like that through the months so that every third week of the month we won't meet. Hopefully that doesn't cause too much confusion. If you are in already and you want to screenshot this, you totally can, but I'm also going to share this in the group chat. And so you won't have to memorize any of these dates. There will be, I think I counted 20, let me see, 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, yeah, 20 Zoom calls. So this is a 6-month container. And we will meet on Zoom once a week, and then we'll have a Facebook group and a Facebook Messenger group to have a space for all of us to share resources and ask questions, celebrate each other, and hold space in that community. Now, why is the self-love circle important? Okay, you guys, the time is now. There's a lot shifting in our reality, and a lot has been shifted in the last 2 years. And there's a lot of rhetoric out there that is just not true. It's illusion. It's not serving any of us. Abundance is for all of us. Everything is always working out for us and for our greater good, and we're the only ones actually holding ourselves back. There's something really powerful that happens when intentional people come together with the growth mindset of there's more, I'm ready for more, and I'm ready to just go a little bit deeper. And one of my favorite quotes ever is we don't create abundance, we create limitations. So the abundance is already there. We just have to get really clear about the limitations part of it. So here's some frequently asked questions. You might have a question and it might get answered right here, but if I don't answer one of your questions, we're going to take time to look at that as well. So the monetary commitment for this group is $55.50 a month. 555 in numerology represents transformation, and there's going to be a transformation in this container in the next 6 months, if not for you, for everyone. And there's also a second option. You can pay for all 6 months in full. That's $333, and it will include a bonus I am remembering session from me. This is a session where you ask what you want clarity on, and I provide the clarity for you through channeling and modalities such as human design and gene keys. And this is my gift to you for just trusting in this commitment and going all in. Can someone join later in the container? Yes, but the 333 price will not be available after next Thursday. So after next Thursday, only the monthly commitment will be available. Can I cancel if there's an emergency or a crisis? Yes, absolutely. So if you join today and in June there's a crisis and you need to step away from your commitment, you can cancel your reoccurring payments at any time. And I support that and honor any kind of choice you have to make to hold space for yourself. Can you come back? Yes, yes, you can. Do you have to be on every call? No, there's going to be replays available in the Facebook group. So what I will do is just stream the call live into the Facebook group. So even if you can't be in the Zoom room, but you can watch live, that will be really beneficial too. We'll be doing things like breakout rooms and whole group shares that you won't be able to participate in if you do the replay option. And you can still get so much out of this container just by being a part of it, being in the group, commenting and asking questions and showing up, watching the replays too. Can you be a teacher in this container? Yes, we are looking for 6 or more guest teachers in this 6-month container. As a teacher, you will not have a monetary commitment to the space, so you will be in the space for free and you'll get paid for your session that you choose to teach. So if you have a teaching that you'd like to provide this space, just get with me and you'll pick your Thursday and we'll go from there. I already have 3 incredible teachers lined up. Debbie Revering, you want to wave at us? Debbie's committed to teaching in the container, and Bridget. Let me see, my screen changed. I can't see her. There's Bridget. And then my assistant / nanny extraordinaire, Ellen. Some of you know her from her Power of Play workshop and her Artist Way workshop that she's launching today. She is with my children right now, but she is committed to being a teacher in this space too. And like I said, we're looking for 3 or more guest teachers in this space, and there will not be, you'll be entered into the group for free and be paid for your time as a teacher. As a teacher, you'll also be asked to share the group and welcome people into the group. Can you share your personal offerings in the Facebook group? If you're self-employed, entrepreneur, a coach, anything really, you offer any kind of service, yes, you can share your offerings in this Facebook group. We'll have a structure for that, so just hang tight. If you're ready to share something, let me know and I'll get that space ready for you. But I want this group to serve not only as an education community, but a networking community where we share our gifts, share what we love to do, what we're good at, and bring it to each other. So does anybody have any questions that we didn't cover with this really fast and furious FAQ? Let me look at it.
When is that fee due?
So it will be a reoccurring payment on whatever date you join. So if you joined today, then it would just be reoccurring on the 3rd of every month for 6 cycles. If you decide to join next week or 2 weeks from now, then you'll jump in whenever you're ready. You won't have access to the Zooms or the Facebook group until you're committed to the monthly payments.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Okay, that means I explained it very well. Great. Fantastic. All right. Where'd you guys go? It clicked off you. So if you're ready to get started, great. There's a Google form for you to fill out. Several of you on this call have already filled it out and you're committed. once you fill out the Google form, I'll give you the PayPal link to get those reoccurring payments set up, and you'll be good to go. I'll send you the Facebook link, and we already have our group chat going. So if you are not in that group chat yet, please get with me and I'll add you. Are there any other questions about how to register or what this group is going to include? Okay. Debbie, go ahead.
I just wanted to make sure we put that out there that it just doesn't have to be consultants, it's everybody.
Correct. Yeah. A couple of people have asked me if this is a LeBri independent consultant group. This is not. This is outside of that. This is for anyone that wants to explore the themes of self-love and abundance. So yes, thank you for asking that question. We might have a lot of LeBri consultants in here because, well, we talk a lot about self-love and abundance, but this is really for anyone. And like I mentioned earlier, this isn't for women only. Men can join this group as well. I think this is a beautiful time in history where people are stepping into their God-given gifts and their creativity and their ability to share their talents with the world. And this is a space for us to cultivate those gifts, share them with each other, and support each other in this time. Bree said, what happens after 6 months? That is a great question. So after 6 months, this is such a brand new idea. We will reevaluate if we want to continue. We might change the day of the week that we do it, or we might change, we might take a couple of weeks off. But I can already feel that this is going to be kind of a long-term commitment for a lot of us. So we can decide to rejoin after the 6 months. But for now, this is what we have on our calendar, and this is what's being offered. Does that answer your question? Okay. Let me see if I can see your face. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Awesome. Well, without further ado, we're going to do a little journal prompt share portion of our call. So if you'd like to grab a piece of paper or a notebook, it would be great if you had a dedicated notebook for this circle. But if you don't have that yet, that's okay. Don't overthink it. Just grab something to write with so we can have practice one of our tools for self-love. So with self-love, earlier I mentioned we're gonna really think about loving, seeing, and knowing ourselves. And part of that loving, seeing, and knowing ourselves is being reflective. So we're gonna have quite a few journal prompt experiences in this container, and then we'll share afterwards. So go ahead and if you're not already, kind of sit up a little bit straighter. Let your spine be straight. Let your shoulder blades kind of relax down and back. If they've been up here by your ears all day, kind of like I do, kind of push them down if you need to. Open up your chest. And you can place your hands on your heart or even open them up in your lap. Let your eyes close for just a second and exhale all that stale air out before we take a big breath in. Hold it for just a second and let it go. Again, through your nose. Hold it, let it swirl around. Smile and let it go. Last one, biggest breath. Breathe in. Hold it and let it go when you're ready. And you can blink your eyes open. We're going to explore these 3 questions while we listen to a little bit of music. What is your relationship with abundance? The word, the idea, abundance as a concrete thing. Just what is your relationship with abundance? Question number 2, what is your relationship with self-love? and what that means to you. And your third and final question will be, what do you envision for your elevated relationship with abundance and self-love? So think 6 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, what you envision for your elevated relationship to be. I'll turn on some music and then I'll switch back to this screen so you can still see the questions. And we'll be back here in a few minutes. Go ahead and wrap up what you are currently writing. Maybe finish your thought or sentence. And we're going to do a little breakout room action. So trust that whoever you are grouped with is meant to be. We're going to do groups of 3, and you'll each have 1 minute to share with each other. And after you listen to the person share, thank them for thank them for sharing, and when you're done sharing, thank your group for receiving and listening to your share, and just talk about what you wrote down and what came through for you in the little journal prompt. I'll see you guys in a few minutes.
May our hearts be open. 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 May our hearts be open.
I accidentally left my room when it gave me my 1 minute warning. I hit the wrong button.
That happens sometimes. Welcome back.
Hopefully Bree comes and is like, there she is.
She's here.
I'm sorry, I hit the wrong button.
Oh, that's okay. You were talking and I was like, where'd she go?
Yeah. So to finish my thought, you know, that perfection and that expectation was it was very present in my life as well. We have a lot in common.
Yeah. I'm noticing that more and more as I reach out to people. So it's comforting to me that because I kind of go inward and like, you know, you'll see me like back away for a while, and I'm trying to not do that anymore. So
I have learned that I was backing away because I wasn't loving myself. So it kind of goes full circle, that self-love and showing up for yourself and the appreciation and the abundance, like it all coincides and goes hand in hand. But you're here.
Yeah.
You're here.
Yes,
And
I'm here.
You showed up, and that's good.
I need tissues, I think.
Oh yeah, I think this group is going to require tissues. With your membership, you'll get mailed a box of tissues. No.
Free box of Kleenex with every purchase.
Well, you guys started sharing whole group already, and I'm so glad you did. Ruby said she accidentally hit the leave room group, and she's like, "Oh, let me finish what I was saying," and it was so beautiful what you had to share, Ruby. So thank you for sharing. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Brianna, for sharing and opening up to me. And I love that part of the connection. You know, I've learned a lot, especially over the last couple of weeks, as I kind of open up more about my story and where I came from. And you know, I get a lot of people that are like, "Holy crap! Like we're the same," or you know, "We're kindred spirits," or and so that's really exciting for me because part of my issues with self-love are that I feel alone in what I'm going through. And so thank you, Brianna, for really truly opening up. And I'm gonna cry. So I'll
talk more.
stop there. Yes, I agree.
More later.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for listening. Is there anyone else that feels called to share whole group? We have space for that.
I think that this is like a really beautiful modality. And I appreciate you holding this space for us, Melissa, because it is. We need connection more now than ever. And we can only grow what we know. And so much of us have a knowingness within us. And through our experiences, we help grow each other. And so we might all look very different, but the essence of it is all right there. So I love this. Thank you so much.
Yay, connection. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, that was one of the reasons I felt so called to pull this together and to not wait, right? Like we started this yesterday, is that we are so much more powerful when we're connected. And part of what's been going on, from my perspective anyway, over the last 2 years is a lot of division and a lot of isolation and a lot of separation and a lot of that. And I'm like, no, we need to come together more. We need to connect more. We need to share more, because like what Ruby and Bree were experiencing is we have so much more in common than we don't. And we have beautiful, beautiful and painful stories to share that when we share them, the painful parts tend to melt away a little bit easier. And what we've been learning in some other spaces some of us have shared, like our money magic space, it really is about loving, seeing, and knowing ourselves. That's how we unlock abundance. That's how we increase our income. That's how we allow more abundance, because we don't create abundance, we allow it. It's already there. It already exists. There's already enough money in the world for all of us. There's already enough resources in the world for all of us. We just have to be in a state of allowing. And sometimes that takes like getting into the nitty gritty of our beliefs, and we're gonna dive into that together. So that is all I had planned for today. I wanted to come together, explain what this group is, allow space for questions. It sounds like we're pretty clear on what's going to be offered here and what we're going to do. We got to experience one of the modalities of abundance, which is self-reflection. I would love to offer this practice, and I haven't said this yet, so let me go ahead and say this. Take what resonates in this group and leave the rest, or get curious about the rest. If you ever hear something and you're like, yeah, that doesn't really resonate with me right now, maybe just get curious as to why, or hold space for it in the future, or just don't take it with you, right? We all have the ability to practice discernment, and this is for me, this isn't for me, this is for now, this is for later, and that's going to be different for all of us. So with that being said, one of the practices that I would love to explore, especially in this space, is a daily journaling practice. And I have a little share for you guys. I thought about whether or not I was going to share this or not, but it's happening. So here we go. So when I was a teenager, and this is recording and this might be shared, and I know that there's someone out there that may resonate with this, and I will receive from this share and others will receive from this share. When I was a teenager, my mom read my diary and wrote me back in my diary. And it was the most painful invasion of privacy ever, at the time and now when I look back on it. And I have so much grace and forgiveness for her. Dr. Phil said to do that, and we've talked about it before, but still to this day, I have a really hard time trusting my thoughts as authentic and true, because it was infiltrated as a teenager, and I'm like, oh well, what I have to say and what I think isn't true, isn't safe, isn't sacred, isn't me. It's anyway. I am going to adopt this new journaling practice. And you guys might already have a journaling practice, but this is what I'm going to explore, and I invite you to do it with me or tweak it to what works for you. I'm just going to turn on one song, any song that I want, could be long, could be short, and I'm just going to write as much as I can until the song is over. I'm going to let it flow. The song could have words, the song could not have words. It could be a 2-minute song, a 10-minute song. It really doesn't matter. But my commitment to myself in this particular container is I'm going to listen to one song a day, and I'm going to write in a journal while that music is playing. And I'm going to see what comes out of it. I'm going to see where it goes. And I invite you guys to do it with me, or for yourselves if you'd like to. Ruby, did you raise your hand?
Yes, ma'am. So this is just kind of a recommendation. Journaling is something that I've been wanting to do. I've been talking to Debbie about it, and we've been kind of going back and forth about our journaling practices but so one thing that's really helped me, if anybody has an iWatch or an Apple Watch, there's an app in there called Mindfulness, and you can set it for the amount of time that you want, and it actually reminds you every day, and it gives you a prompt. And there's also one in the same, it's Mindfulness, it's called. But in the same little app, there's one for breathing as well. So it vibrates on your wrist and tells you when to inhale and exhale. And so I do that first, and then I go into my journal prompt, and it's really helped me. So if anybody has that, it's been great for me.
So thank you. I have the breathing one. Mine reminds me to breathe all day, but is the mindfulness one like an Apple Watch app?
Yeah, it came on my watch.
Ooh, I wonder if mine's already on there. That would be Thank you for that.
It's really awesome. Like yesterday, mine was it was reflect on one person who's been kind to you today. And then today it was reflect on one thing that you need humanly, like behaviorally as a human. So whether it's trustworthy or honesty or something like that. So they're really good ones too, and I really love it.
I love that so much. You just reminded me, and that's what this space is all about, sharing resources, sharing ideas. There's an app that I really like. It's called Insight Timer. It's this little like singing bowl app right here. And you can go to Insight Timer and you can say how your mood is for the day if you want to. But you can set a timer for journaling. You can turn on a song for journaling. They even have courses that you can do. So I've done like a chakra meditation course and a Kundalini awakening meditation course. Really, really cool stuff in there. Thank you for your share, Ruby. I think, for me, one of the things that stops me, so one of my shares when I was talking about self-love is I will kind of put myself lower on the totem pole of paying attention to myself. So it's usually my kids and then me, and it takes really intentional effort to keep flopping those to put me first and then my kids. And 5.5 years into parenting, I think most days I'm putting myself first now. But one of the things I wrote about is that I will ignore myself and I'll decide I want to do all these great things, but then I'll put them off. And I think it was Ruby, you said something about perfection. And so I've been wanting to adopt a morning journaling practice, but before I know it, it's lunchtime. And I'm like, oh, I can't do it now because it's not morning anymore. So I that's why I'm inviting myself and anybody else that wants to join me to just one song a day with a journal. And if you write one word for that whole song or you fill up 10 pages, it really can be whatever it is. It's just one song and a notebook commitment and see where it takes you if you want to. Open invitation. So do you guys have any more questions about what this group is going to be? Otherwise, I have one more activity for us before we close. Okay. All right, one last activity. What do you want to get out of this group? Do you have a question you want answering? Do you have a modality you want to explore? Do you desire a certain state of being from this? We'll just all take a few minutes to share and we'll go around. Does anybody want to share first? They're like crystal clear. You already know what you want and you're ready to share. What would you like to get out of this group?
Sure, I can.
I'll share.
Oh, Keisha and Bridget, we're ready right at the same time. You guys want to rock, paper, scissors for it?
No.
You can go first, Asia.
Oh, look, we have to do this.
Use rock, paper, scissors. Come on.
Ready?
Oh, we're together. Okay.
Wait, who won?
I think we're both scissor being. Ready?
Set, go. Rock, paper, scissors. 1, 2, 3, shoot. Oh, you both did paper. Okay, again. Rock, paper, scissors. 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Okay.
All right, Bridget, you go first.
Okay, so part of my journey the last year has been removing like the uncomfortable humanness feelings that I have regarding like a lot of stuff that I was taught throughout my whole life. And in that process, I've been able to say yes to a lot of amazing things that have literally changed my life. So when Melissa and I talked about this course, I got excited because I love to learn from other people. And I've adopted this mindset and also been taught about it where you can't unlearn what you learn. So I'm just fascinated to like just learn from other people no matter what they're teaching about. And then I'm also stepping into being comfortable and confident in sharing the gifts that I have to offer. So yeah, this space is allowing me to do that as well, and just the trust that the timing is perfect. Yeah.
That's beautiful. We're going to do one of Danielle Bryan's practices. We're going to love beam you. So everybody rub your hands together and we are going to take a deep breath in and beam it out to Bridget. Thank you for sharing. All right, Keisha, now it's your turn. What do you want from this group?
So I think what I would really love to see come out of this group for me is, as you do this work, or as I've done this work, what I have found is that I have opened up and, it's part of that learning, but I've learned about traumas that I never looked at. And they kind of punched holes in my foundation as a person. You're supposed to get that foundation in your first 18 years. Well, mine was a stack of Lincoln logs that somebody kicked through. And it's not that I love, see, and know myself and those parts of me. And I'm like, oh, I'm so proud of you. But I would really love to see like a care plan, because what happened is it kicked off um, physical manifestations of the things that I had tucked away so that I could survive, right? And so now I have like this pile of Lincoln logs, and I'm like, yeah, look, it's so beautiful. And I'd like to have like a more distinct care plan of, now what? Here it all is. I unpacked it all just like you told me to. And I really just feel like if we could just kind of like, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I'd like to just have a better understanding of how to move it through my body. That's where I'm at. I don't want to be stuck. I've got fibromyalgia, and it is a direct result of the body manifestation of my trauma. And I'm not in love with that relationship. And so I'd like to find a way to just like shed it, as I evolve, Phoenix rising, I just want to leave those portions behind because they're no longer serving me.
Right.
So
Mm.
thank you for listening.
So good. Thank you for sharing. We're all going to love beam you. Breathe in and exhale. Something I'd love to add to your share, Keisha, real quick, is that what you said about survival. I've been learning about survival and thrival. So what you learned how to serve, like what you tools and resources and who you were to survive are not the same tools and resources and being that you need to thrive. And we can't all take the survival skills with us, which is, whew, like what do we do with that, right? So yes, thank you for your share. I got a lot out of that. Let's see who's next. How about Brianna? What do you want to get out of this circle?
Let's see. Well, I would like to learn how to kind of like it you were saying, love, see, know yourself. I feel that I live in the past a lot. I rehash things in my thoughts a lot about my growing up and things that are happening in my household and stuff like that, and kind of miss out on some of the things that are happening in the moment. And it makes me sad because I feel like my kids are growing up and I'm not spending the time with them that I would like to while they're little. And I'm really afraid they're, gonna, hit those teen years and not want to spend time with me, and then they'll be gone, and then I'll be sad. And I don't want that. I want to be more present in my life, and be more aligned with what I am kind of discovering that I'm supposed to be, kind of like with my human design, where it says you should be more of a teacher. And I feel like I'm not equipped for that. I don't have those skills, like maybe deep down inside, but I'd like to find that, so that I can bring it out.
Beautiful. Let's love Beamer. Breathe in, beam it out. Thank you for your share. Being in the present, I think, is what we all truly desire. And yes, we can absolutely spend our time here learning how to do that together. Thank you. Okay, how about Debbie? Debbie, what do you want to get out of this self-love circle?
Not crying.
Oh, stop. We're going to cry. It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
I have a hard time with that.
Yeah, then make sure you leave before I share.
You make me cry. I just did my makeup. I want to get out of this learning that I'm going to increase my self-worth and improve the relationships around me, because I have some dysfunctional relationships and I'm still learning how to let go of that. And I don't know how to release. So,
yeah.
Okay, I'm done.
Hey, we love you. Let's breathe it in and beam it out. Thank you for your vulnerability. Thank you for your share. Increase self-worth, explore our self-worth inside and outside of relationships, and releasing. So good. Last but not least, the Ruby. Ruby, what do you want to get out of self-love circle?
I think we still have Bridget too.
Bridget just went.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
I'm all messed up. I was trying to go back and forth between the screens and see who was all talking. Okay. So for me, okay, I'm gonna be silly here for a minute, but I'm a mom, and Encanto runs our life. And I have really, really related. See, I'm gonna cry too. I really related to Mirabelle and Bruno, because they're the only ones that see the cracks in the family, and they're trying to fix it, and I don't know. So for me, I want to learn appreciation of abundance. That's one big thing with my family. They've just kind of gone day by day, and they've never really, and if we had stuff going on, it was overwhelming, and so that's what I learned, and so I'm trying to work on that, and then being true to myself. I get so worried about what I'm going to say is going to hurt somebody, from my past or whatever, and it's really, really held me back about who I am, and a lot of it goes back to that perfection that Brianna and I were talking about. My dad, he used to carry my report card in his wallet, and he used to tell everybody, she's going to be the one, and then I dropped out of college and I started drinking, and I had 2 kids out of wedlock, and so I just really want to learn to be true to who I am and what I stand for.
Breathe it in, you guys. Breathe in. And love, beam it out. Thank you for your share. I got full body chills, head to toe. Did one of these when you talked about seeing the cracks in the family. And we could probably spend a whole session on Encanto. They represent the 7 child archetypes. I don't know if you guys know that, but the characters in Encanto, on purpose, they did that. They represent the 7 child archetypes. So if you want to go dive into TikTok rabbit hole, just go ahead and search Encanto archetypes and you'll get a lot out of that. Well, I would love to share too. What I want to get out of this group and this space is education and community. I know connection is the answer to abundance. I know that curiosity and learning are beautiful pathways to back to myself and back to deeper layers of myself. So that's really going to be my intention through this course, is just to be as curious and connected as possible. I think, meeting once a week and having every third Thursday of the month as an integration week, we'll have lots of time to not only connect on Zoom, but connect in the Facebook group and the group chat if we want to. And if you guys would like to adopt the journaling practice, you're more than welcome to. We can check in with each other, what song we listened to, if anything came up that we want to share or talk about, we can hold space for each other for that. And without further ado, let's go ahead and close this circle with 3 deep breaths. You can close your eyes again. Exhale all that stale air out. Pat yourself on the back. Good work. Good work. Breathe in. And let it go. Pat your other shoulder. Breathe in. And let it go. One last breath. Breathe in. And let it go. Thanks for being here, guys. Share this YouTube video with anybody that's interested. And the melissayoder.com has the form for entering the circle. And I'll see you guys in the virtual world of Facebook. I love you. Unmute and say goodbye, please.
Thank you.
Love you. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.